Hello everyone. So today let us talk a bit about frustrations in Jira. No, this is not really the same video. I made a video recently about frustrations, my personal frustrations with Jira. Now, before I talk about frustrations or frustration, let me just talk about or show you this question on the community. So this question is from someone who is actually asking about a status of this ticket or this issue or feature request on Jira. Now the question is that you have a backlog, right, in Jira, where in the backlog you have, of course, the list of issues. Now this backlog view is great. I like it. It's not bad. But at the same time, you can't really configure much. Of course, you can add a few more fields that will appear in the backlog or active sprint board. But if you want to, let us say, show this issue key on the left hand side, or if you want to change the layout, you can't really do that. And I know it is frustrating. I know if you are looking for some layout like this, then sorry, Jira can't really do that. And let me show you the issue or the suggestion on the Jira's own Jira, Atlassian's own Jira. So this is, of course, the suggestion, and it has been a while, and it says gathering interest. Now, I understand why you want to, and going back to frustration, I understand that this could be frustrating, and I also understand that you want to do it because if the layout is configurable, then you can do wonderful things. But the problem is that, or not a problem, but the thing is that you should try to get the most out of what you have. Now, of course, Jira is one tool that we all use. We all like using it. It is not perfect. No tool is perfect. I quite like using Jira. I have built my career on Jira. I think it works. I think that is the most important thing. The very most important thing is that if I look at all the Atlassian tools, Jira is probably the one tool that actually works really well in variety of situations. I can't really say that for Confluence. I cannot really say that for Bamboo or Bitbucket or the new tools that they are making, Point A, B, C, whatever. But Jira works. Jira has been working, and that is why it is successful. And I think Atlassian also knows about it. At the same time, I also agree that Atlassian should look at these small improvements that they can do very easily. But to be honest, as a user, as an organization who is using Jira, or as a project manager who is trying to run a project, I think we should probably focus a bit more on the plus side or positive things about Jira, because again, I would repeat the same thing. Jira essentially is an issue tracker, and it has wonderful workflow capabilities, and you can actually do a lot of wonderful things very easily when it comes to controlling the way you want your team to work. And changing the layout is probably not Atlassian's first priority, or making it configurable, but this is something that I also don't like about cloud, because on data center version you can still do few things, not only few things, you can actually do a lot of things, because it is on-prem. You can maybe do things using Scriptner for Jira. You can also build your own app, or you can we used to modify things using velocity files, which is of course not really recommended, or maybe inserting our own JavaScript. I know these are like not great practices, but at least you have freedom, or you had freedom, or you still have freedom on Jira Data Center. On Jira Cloud, no, you can't really do these things yet. Maybe there is some module in Forge after a few years that they will release to let you modify the layout. But if you're trying to use the tool like Jira, I think you have to probably get the most out of it. Look at the positive sides, look at the great features, and of course there are things that Jira can't really do, but do you really have a choice? I mean, I know there are other tools. For example, I would love to have an open source version of a tool like Jira. I know there are a lot of open source tools, and I've used, in fact, a lot of them in the past, but they all, although they are good for doing one thing, and that is it. For example, if you look at Bugzilla or Redmine, they are all essentially also like a very good issue tracker. But if you look at the features of Jira, the way it works, the way you can configure things, I'm yet to see a free open source or even a paid software that can do these things. Of course, I'm a bit biased, and I'm also at the same time very honest, and my opinion is always very clear that yes, Jira is not really perfect tool. At the same time, you have to find a balance between if let us say you join a company and they are already using Jira, then don't start complaining from day one that Jira is not perfect, Jira is not configured the way I want it to be configured. Look at the things that you can do very easily and focus on keeping track of your issues, keeping track of your work, making sure that people are updating their issues, or maybe you have enabled them to work on the tool easily. And these features that we all hope to see, the improvements, the only thing that we can do is we can go to this link here and we can vote for it. So I'll also vote for it because I also think this can be a useful feature or improvement. I mean, just the ability to change the layout of the backlog, because people do spend a lot of time on the backlog, or maybe when they're working on their active sprint board. So I totally agree. So when we want to modify the card layout, apart from adding more fields, there should be some, at least here, there should be some way. And to be honest, I've done something similar using, I believe, a script runner, using fragments. And I think I've shown it on my channel, because if you look at your because this is nothing but HTML and you can always play with it if you want, but unfortunately there is no way to move things around easily. All right, that is it for today, and I hope you found this video useful and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.